Hello. Hi, I am Olivia, and today's show I want to talk about pricing. I am the owner of Profits and Books bookkeeping services and online marketing services. And obviously, today I want to focus on the pricing for your bookkeeping services. One of the first questions that I get when a new client comes to me, they want to know, how much am I going to pay per month? Let me answer that question. If you come and you've never had a bookkeeper before, your books are in a mess. This goes back many years, even if it's going back 12 months that you did not have a bookkeeper. You cannot ask me, how much are you going to pay per month? Because your books are not in a stage, or it's not there yet where I can give you a monthly fee. And this is why. When you come and you've never had a bookkeeper, all you have are your bank statements. Let's look at that case scenario. It means you don't have a customer list or a client list. You don't have a suppliers list. You have none of those things in place. So now, I use QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks is based on the system that when you have a customer or a client, the first thing you do, you create a profile for your customer or your client. You put a name, a surname, company details, and contact details like an email address, a cell phone number, or a landline number. You don't have that. So now, once that is created, from there, when you deliver a service, you then create an invoice, and when you receive payment, you match the payment with the invoice and the customer. That is how QuickBooks operates. So now, when you come to me, you have none of this in place because most South African businesses, or let me rephrase, a lot of South African businesses do not have a client list. They have nothing in place except their bank statements. So in that case, there is not yet a monthly fee. The price depends on how much work needs to be done for you to get to a place where you can only pay a monthly fee. That requires work and documents. Now, a client list needs to be created. A supplier list needs to be created. The different types of accounts need to be created. What are expenses? What are income? And that is at the heart of bookkeeping. So, when you come with your 12 months or your 24 months, 36, 30 months, 48, however many years you have been operating without a bookkeeper, it is going to cost you. You cannot, under any given circumstances, think, and I want to make this very clear, and I don't want to be mean or snotty about it, but there is no way on this good earth that you will get a bookkeeper who is worth her or his salt, who's going to accept 3.5, 5,000 or 4,000 rand from you to put 12 months or 2 years or 3 years of bank statements to prepare all of that in your bookkeeping system. It is not going to happen. You must prepare yourself that you will pay at least 12,500 rand and upwards. I will say that again. That is 12,500 rand and upwards, depending on what kind of work needs to be done. The fee, I work according to a fee structure, a certain fee structure. I look at the scope of your work and what needs to be done. I give you a price. I give you then a quote. And you can decide whether you want to accept it or not. You might think I am way too expensive because you expected 5,000 Rand, 3,000 Rand. So, but let me explain to you why it's going to cost you, why it is so much. To put all of those documents, because you have how many months? Say, best case scenario, you have 12 months of bank statements, which most cases it's from 3 years to 2 years of bank statements. Every single one of those transactions need to be captured. When I talk about transactions, it's everything that is on your bank statement. That is what I'm talking about. And when I talk about it being captured, remember I said you need to create different accounts. Those accounts must reflect your income. It must reflect your expenses, how much money you as the owner took out of the business, which are your drawings. It must reflect your assets. When I talk about assets, it's what you have. What stock do you have? That's your assets. Your liabilities, if you have a loan, like a big loan, somewhere for the business that you took out, that is the liability. It's what you owe, what you own, what you spend, and what you make, and also what you take out of the company as an owner and what you give to the company as an owner. All those different accounts must be compiled, it must be created, so that at the end of the month, you then can have a monthly report that can show when you click on the button. It can show you this is how many sales I've had and how much money I've made with the sales. It will show you these are all my customers, and these are the ones that all paid me. These are the ones that still owe me, and these are the ones I can see I will never get the money back from them. Then your suppliers, you must be able to click and be able to see those are my suppliers. This is how much I owe. This is what I've delivered. This is what I've paid them. All of this takes time. So you pay for two things: the amount of work and the amount of time a bookkeeper spends on your books. Some bookkeeping firms or some accounting firms, they charge you a rate per hour, which means when you see 300 Rand or 500 Rand per hour, you will be charged 500 Rand for every hour they spend on your account. What I'm trying to say to you is no matter how you look at it, when your books are in a mess, when you have never kept any records, you don't have a bookkeeping or accounting system, when all you have are a pile of receipts and bank statements, it's going to take time and it's going to take effort for me or any other person who's doing your books to untangle that mess, to create it so that it can form something comprehensible, something clear, and something simple. So that is why you cannot, when you come with your mess, you cannot ask me, how much am I going to charge you per month? Before you get to the stage of per month, your books must be in order. So now let's look at when do you pay a fee per month. It's when everything is in place. The client list, supplier list, your chart of accounts, everything is there, and plus you have provided me with all the information that I need to get your books in order. Now everything is fine, it's sorted. That takes time. You cannot bring your books to me because you got a letter, you need a letter from the bank, you want to apply for funding, you want to apply for a loan, and it must be done now. And you expect me or anyone to untangle your mess of 4 years. Think about it. 4 years, 3 years, 2 years of your mess. And you want it to be done within a week. It can be done within a week. But it's going to cost you. You expect to pay 3,500 Rand because you need reports or you need financial statements. So you want to come with that mess and you want to pay me 5,000 Rand and 3,000 Rand. And on top of that, you want to rush me. That's not how it works. Pricing is very important when you do bookkeeping because the scope of work will determine the pricing. The less work I have to do, the less I will charge you. And remember, when I said from 12,500 Rand, that means certain requirements must be met. If those requirements are not met, then you will pay more. It keeps on coming back to you, paying more because you did not do what was required to do. Look, it's your company, it's your books. It is my job, like I always say, to create order where there's chaos. You have chaos in your books right now because if I ask you now, how many clients do you have? Can you answer that question? If I ask you now, how many sales did you make? Can you answer that question? If I ask you now, what were your entire expenses for the whole month? Can you answer? That is what you pay me to do. You pay me so that you can answer the questions about the money in your business. If you cannot answer that questions and you need answers, it is going to cost you. I cannot say that enough because I want you to understand and I want you to be very clear on the fees involved to get your books up to scratch so that you can see the picture of your business. It's very easy that when you get a price or you hear a price, it almost feels as if you are going to have a heart attack or you feel disappointed or you think that I'm going to rob you. What you think and what your opinion is about my pricing, I cannot change that. All I can do is to charge a fee according to the scope of the work and to charge a fee of what I think it is worth. You don't have to agree with it. But that is how things are. The crux of the matter is this. When you want quality, you will have to pay. When you want your books to make sense, from the mess to something that is comprehensive, to something that is simple and clear, it is going to cost you. And you need to be prepared for the time and the effort and the cost involved to create your company books from scratch. The other option that you do have, and let me just add that, if you then want to pay a fee per month, it is possible. But then it will be that you are starting from scratch. You will have no historical data. Your books will be clean. You will start from a place of 0. So which means when you come to me and your books are in a mess and you just don't want to pay, but you just want a monthly fee, I will treat you then as a company that is starting right now from new, and all the other years before will fall away. So these are the two options that you have. And that, in a nutshell, is how we determine pricing in bookkeeping. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have now a better understanding of pricing for bookkeeping services. And also, I would like you to comment below and Click on the links if you want more information about the services we offer and if you want to get in touch with me. Thank you so much for listening, for watching this video.